Hi, this is Daniel. Today's the 4th of March 2023, and this year feels like one of the most interesting year ever, and that's practically because I've learned enough. And unlike the previous year, just when the year is about to end, I would look up and I would tell myself, oh, this coming year, I would do better. New year, new me. I would achieve this. I would conquer this. And I would make lots of promises, resolutions, and I would tell myself I would give it everything I can. And as the month progresses, middle of the year, I would just stop chasing my dreams, and for whatever reasons, I'm likely going back to my old habits. Just few things I said I would do, or few changes I said I would, make that I would, actually hold on to. The rest of them, I would just fling them and go back to my old ways. And I had worked almost 30 years of my life on earth, right from, okay, let's say 20 years of my life, from 10 years when I became a bit smarter. I would consistently want better, but not being able to get it. So this year, even before this year came in, last year, November stroke December, I traveled. I went on a book spree, and that was where I spent time reading. And while reading consistently, I learned a whole lot about life. I figured out that, you know, pain, anger, these are all thoughts, right? I mean, especially those ones that are emotional, that are just thoughts there in your head. Now it's different. If I take this thing and I stab myself now, yes, I'm feeling the pain. I can feel it straight in my head. Yeah, because there's actually an impact, right? But when it comes to this hand, I can't really control how much I would feel. Except probably I take drugs. There's some drugs you inject me right now, and I won't feel pain. Yeah, you can actually operate me. But when it comes to things of the heart, it's just thoughts. So I learned that, if you can actually control where your thought is being directed to, you can live a life where you're constantly being motivated and where you're constantly doing, things that will propel you to your dream. So I started trying to have this reflection. The first part of the year, which is January, I'd spent so much time to look at my life, ask myself questions. Why am I pained? Why does it feel like, despite the things I've achieved, I'm not fulfilled? And I was really, really depressed. And I didn't really get the answer immediately, not until this week. This week, I got depressed, like way too depressed. I had betrayals from different angles. But with all these things, somewhere online, I just snapped. No feelings, no anger, no betrayal. I just walked back to my computer and I started working like nothing happened. And I'll tell you exactly how everything happened. So let's start with this week. This week I had assigned someone, I don't want to call names, at least not for now, one that would likely tell the story when it's gonna be a story with a triumph. So right now there's still ups and downs. I wouldn't want to go into details into it. But I got betrayed. I gave someone money to do something and they just went oh well, and it was very painful, and that was basically all I could rack. So this year I basically, the whole cash in my account, I gave it to someone, and I wouldn't want to use the word they scammed me because it's hard for me to comprehend, but I was, look at myself, I had emptied my account. I got depressed. This was someone I trust, and I felt bad. I said back, I was puzzled. I couldn't talk because it's a female, and I can't really push charges because this is someone, work related, and I don't want to talk, so it doesn't look like I'm always having issues with women and money. And I just sat down. And while I sat down, I had reflected on the plans. I had the beautiful plans, and I said, okay. But I started getting to like think. I said I've always had this feeling to work with people, but I've been scared. I would always talk about trust issues. I don't trust people that betrayed me. So many things scared me from working with people, and now I am back to working with people, and I'm having the betrayal force as a cup of tea. But I just told myself that the real truth is, I mean, nothing good comes easily, right? So I probably cost it. You don't give people full access to your money, and you expect them nothing wrong with it. Ideas come into people's head. I'm still calm, like I said. It's still something I'm following up gradually. If it doesn't go well, I'll come up in details to talk. But for now, I would want to, say things that I would otherwise wish I hadn't said. Okay, so this week ran down for like 4 days. I was completely incommunicado. Even while I was making videos, I wasn't okay. But I told myself this is like a ritual. So every single day I would come out to make a topic. I say a topic to share my gist on how the day went. And I still tried to come up and share my gist. And I'm happy. Every day is not beautiful. It's not every day you come out to tell people to perspire and aspire. Sometimes it's also beautiful for them to know that, I mean, this is life. And you also have your own fair share of down. So you don't look like the life is all glamour or beautiful. They don't cake. You go day banana, they pop on champagne, they smoking blunts, they on a white screen, you see they blowing brand, they give them thousands of dollars. No, it's also nice to know that yes, those things are true, but there are also times we'll have, our own down times. Now the only difference is we have learned that the down times would always come. So when it comes, we just embrace it. The problem with anger, depression, betrayal, it will run away from it and it chases us. So what you're actually scared of is what keeps chasing you. So I embraced it and told myself that yes, I wouldn't kill myself. And even if I've been betrayed, it won't really stop me from working with people. I would just pick lessons. So I picked up a couple of lessons. The first one is I understood right now that no matter what it is, work with people whom it's easy explaining things to them. Now, some people don't really know the value of something. So, even if you tell them 1,001 times why they should do this, tell them or try to give them reasons and convince them. If they don't really sync and blend with it, you would keep doing that for till as long as they can no longer pretend they don't care. So I've had friends, people whom I would call, tell them like an app idea, a software idea, a concept, an algorithm, and I'll try to get them involved. And most of them, I would have to do the talking over and over again, bring them on board, and they'll keep doing things wrongly because I need help and I need someone to support me. I'll keep trying to teach them, keep trying to blend them in, even if you don't know, I mean, you could know, and every single one of them I've ever forced this way snapped after a while and they left and never heard from them. So with all the pains, I missed all the pains this week. I think what I learned most is let's really face the facts. Make enough money, live alone and live life in your own terms. When I keep using the word, I wouldn't want to get married ever again or be in a relationship. I think I'm quite being blunt, right? And I'm being honest. I'm not saying it because of how I feel at the moment. I'm saying it because, I feel some people are not made for relationship. Like someone like me, for instance, I have a very proactive brain. I can study hard. I can work on something. If I can tell you the only weakness I have is a woman. Whenever I love anybody, I love crazily. Anything they do upsets me. Anything amplifies me. If I can take out love from my life for the past 5 years, if I can go back in time and make sure for that 5 years of my life, there was never a point I had any soft thoughts for anyone and I had just focused on my dream, I don't think I would have been here. I think probably I would have had the life, I planned. Because while growing up, I planned I would have a life where I would have like, beautiful kids, a beautiful wife, a happy home, a faithful husband that will keep working and I will keep making my family proud. Never for once did I ever believe I wouldn't be married or divorced or have any form of issue, But I don't think it's for me. Like, I see some very powerful people, You're Isaac Newton, you're Albert Einstein, you're Jesus in the Bible. So virtually every powerful man who really made a strong toll on the world was probably single. I'm not actually trying to tell myself, oh, I'm gonna be single because these powerful people were single. There's still powerful people who got married, but what I'm trying to say is I don't think relationship is for me. Yeah, cause they only love me when they've lost me. Right, so I would be at one point and I would keep trying and I would correct and I would fight, and it feels like, oh, I'm at fault. Okay, I apologize. Oh, I see they're at fault. Oh, they apologize. We're having always back and front is usually when I've said, you know what, fuck it. I can't do this anymore. Maybe I just chase another path. That is the only time it shows the other person it's genuinely loving me. And this was practically why I spent so much time in wrong relationships. When I'm in a relationship, I give you my best, and then I leave, and now they can't replace that best easily. So they call me, they reconnect, I come back, they repeat the same thing like that, or I leave, come back for whatever reasons. The person feel, oh, you're the one at fault. Even if they were the one at fault, and then I leave, and then after a while, like I'm tired. I feel the only thing that should really matter to me right now is my dreams. And why do I say so? Like everybody tells you one very pathetic story. I used to tell that story before. You need a spouse, you need a relationship, you need a family, right? In your old age, who would take care of you? The funny thing is, how many of us really still take care of our parents? Some of us can't remember the last time we saw our parents. We only send them money so they would employ someone to take care of them. And that's the real fact. Your kids will grow up, they would move out, they would have their own family. I mean, if you have so much money, someone like Tinubu, you're saying Tinubu, do you think Tinubu kids are the ones keeping him healthy? Tinubu has lots of health workers, people who constantly check him. I think that's the kind of life I want to live. I don't really think I want to give love or relationship a trial anymore. It doesn't work well with me. I don't think relationship totally has ever worked well with me. I think I am more of a charismatic influencer. I'm able to influence people who do not really have close proximity with me. People who see me from far give me a whole lot of respect. People who I love show kindness. I start making little amendments for them because I know them in person. They're the ones who would always end up giving me a bad, reason to feel, oh, shit, I would have been on my own. So the best thing I think I would want to do, yeah, because I thought about it. In fact, I was making research this week. I told myself I'm going to go surrogate. Yeah, I'm going to go surrogate rather. I would want to have kids, and I would want to have them possibly this year. I'm thinking of going on surrogacy because I mean it could be next year as well. I think what I need is just to make sure certain things are properly put on ground. I feel from now to the next 20 years of my life, it's going to be excessive work. But by my 50s, I should be retiring and I shouldn't have to work anymore. So if I can have a son now, I would. Now, that's the funny thing. I would not have time to train them. So if I'm actually having a surrogate, I would have a nanny, but I think I would want to train my sons the moment they're able to say daddy. So I would want to start from there. I would want to nurture them. So I'm actually planning a scenario where there is no mother. So I'll just be the father and everything to the child. So I'll be able to blend them the way they want. I've had kids grow up to love their mom. They grow up like a tree bending on one side, and it's difficult most times for fathers to train up their sons and build them the way they want because now you're leaving this child for your wife to train, and then this woman is obviously probably so home, you know would be the one to really blend them. So does she really know what you want? Is she gonna blend them with their soft heart, and then they grow up knowing life is hard the hard way and making lots of dumb mistakes like me? Or is she gonna let them know so many hard lessons? But the truth is, women don't really know hard lessons. Women has it more easy, apart from a man who broke or who broke their heart. I mean, what other lessons do women have? So if a woman should train my son for me, I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I think surrogacy is what I would sign up for, and I would just get focused. Right, I would once I start imagining that 24/7, thinking of a life where I would have lots of people in power, lots of people care for me. That my old age when it's just gonna be me, probably watching at my corporation. People say things like, when you're old, you'll be lonely. Have you fucking seen people in relationship? Do you think not being lonely means peace of mind? Have you dated somebody who is toxic before? You will run for your life. You would love that peace. You would love that that loneliness. You could pray for them. You go. Have you been a man where you would leave the house and run away from a woman just to go stay in a hotel? You're talking about companionship. It's beautiful if you're lucky, and you see someone who has a close sync with you. Fine. I mean, go ahead, get married, settle down, beautiful, congrats. But getting to see someone whom you revolve, sync, and vibe with is difficult. Most marriages right now are just simply survivors. You pregnant the woman, she now has like 3 kids or 4 kids, and you practically just have to keep going to work so you can provide for them. You no longer vibe well with her, but you just have to stay for the kids. Now at your 30s, 40s, like 30, 40 years after marriage, the kids are all grown up, everybody's out of the house. It's now you and somebody that hasn't developed love and friendship for like the last 30 to 30 something years, and now both of you quarrel every day, and the children are constantly saying mama and papa again in the main, you're both old. And then both of you keep ignoring. And one day the man shouts, he has stroke, he dies. The woman cries the most, and that it makes more sense now why I figured out the Igbos would always tell you or tell a woman if her husband dies, she should come out. Hope they never give her a headache, he die. That's practically because then people are getting married against their will. And so somewhere on the line, the relationship becomes very toxic. Why else would you expect someone to want to kiss someone if you know the other person makes them happy? It's because back then most of the women were so unhappy in their relationship, but they stayed. They stayed in their marriage. They stayed despite the pain. So for a person, I feel I would want to mold my kind of lifestyle. Anybody wants to get married, beautiful. Anybody wants to date, beautiful. But I want to learn how to recondition my mind around targets and goals. I want to wake up every day solving targets, and now I really need offspring. So what I will do is make good preparation, have sons. I think three is okay for me, and that's why I love surrogacy. You get to choose what sex you want. You know, don't mind. Just three reasonable smart boys. Train them myself. Make them be the next me. People who will take over from me. So now from now to the next 20, 25 years, I can now comfortably build up an empire and watch these people, take it up and continue from where I stopped and keep up the name living. I don't want a woman that will not divorce me at my very old age. I see Bill Gates got divorced, Jeff Bezos got divorced. So I think as a man who really wants to achieve a whole lot, it might be really very difficult for me to, be in a relationship because women are quite very unstable. A woman doesn't have the kind of understanding a man have. You know, Women get angry for the wrong things. They get angry for things that are intentional and forgive things that are unintentional. If you cheat on a woman right now, you beg her for forgiveness, she'll forgive you. But if you did something out of maybe um the way you're being brought up, maybe for someone like me, I used to have this bad attitude of holding on to the past, or maybe going back to things. Now, if I was like me, for instance, if I'm in a relationship, we could have something I would do intentional that is bad, and I know it's bad, and I would apologize, and I will get forgiven. But then or the woman would find it more difficult to forgive me if I did something I couldn't control. Maybe something I learned subconsciously from my, upbringing, something I learned subconsciously from my environment. So it doesn't make sense to me. And sometimes I know I did this and I can fix this and I apologize. You forgive me. But you see the one that I did not consciously, but because of my subconscious mind, maybe my upbringing, and you won't forgive me for that one. That's the one you hold on to, the one I don't have any power over. It's more like if I'm kleptomanic and you're basically okay. I think kleptomanic is even easy because it's kind of very shameful. I mean, sometimes it's for less things. So I figured out that I don't know. I mean, if Isaac Newton could do it and Albert Einstein could do it, fine. So now having that thought on my head would make me start changing and remodeling my life, because before now I had a kind of model, and every single thing determines how I would structure my business, what it's going to be like, because I no longer think about now and tomorrow and next evening. My thoughts now are usually like 20, 30 years from now. I mean, that's what I've been thinking consistently on. And that's practically because I figured out that we cross every year trying to figure out what we're going to do that year. We hardly prefigure. You hardly see someone who will tell you how they've planned their 213, or how they've planned their 214, or how they've planned their 215. People often use the word like, okay, let's get there. Or people just have like a rough estimate plan. Oh, by this time of the year, I would want to do this one. By ending of the year, I want to do this. But we really have systematic plan down to day, week to week, month to month for the next year and for lots of years to come. So right now, I've structured what my life is going to be like. It's going to be wake up in the morning, head over to the office, get back, head to the gym, come back home, read, reflect, meditate, and over the weekends try to do things other than work. And when if I know I cannot meet up with work, maybe I have a network because I want to spend more time networking. I want to be able to meet people. I want to be able to go to social events. I want to be able to interact with people within my field. I want to be able to host seminars. I want to be able to tour, visit countries. I want to be able to explore, meet new people, engage with new people. I feel I've been so tired. I live my life so much to be there for lots of people who would not even be there for me. I spend more time talking about, oh, this family member, oh, that family member. I want to constantly bring other people first, even before me. And these people, they don't even get to realize it. Sometimes, I mean, it's painful, because I know most of them won't even sacrifice themselves for me. So I think me being depressed was basically my body telling me, "Come, we need to have a talk." So I sat down for the last 4 days, and I would hit up a blunt. I love smoking, so I hit up my blunts. And why my blunt is that I'm thinking, constantly making reflections. And one thing I learned from every day is I can make a better version of myself if only I consistently just keep focusing on what I need to do now versus how I feel now. Because how I feel now, it's practically me feeling betrayed. Oh, none of my family was there. Oh, this one is hurting me. Oh, why haven't I achieved this thing? Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, I should have done better. No. I'm constantly telling myself at every single time, what am I supposed to be doing now? There has to be an activity that will take me close to my goal. There is no time to regret. There is no time to complain. There is no time to start saying, yeah, they hurt you, fine. One thing I learned about life, everybody who hurts you comes around when the success is too bright. I mean, they don't even come around, they'll keep thinking about you. It's one fucking shit. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. They might not call you out of pride, but when you do so good, they would miss you every single day and they wish things had ended differently. Yeah, imagine I become a billionaire tomorrow. Every single person will wish probably things had, they might not be able to call me out of pride, but they'll wish things had turned out differently. Maybe we had a different setting. That is what matters. Why will I sit down and reach out to my family and reach out to my to people who felt I couldn't achieve much? Why am I reaching out to them? Make it, let the success be too obvious. Don't even reason them. They reach. People don't go feel sacrifice anything for you. I wonder how human. That's why I love smoking. The only time I ever think without emotion is when I smoke. When I smoke like that, I don't even know what. I don't get time again. I don't want to even talk. I just want to focus on anything that be important. And that's what I'll be doing this year. Smoke, walk. I believe so I will be one of the ambassadors of smoking soon because I'm looking for an opportunity. When I get to that stage and someone asks me, what is the secret to your success? I'll say three things. Meditation, I meditate, I stay quiet, I smoke, and I walk. Now, normally it's difficult to keep quiet, right? I'm somebody who likes talking. I think I'm a talk. I'm once I'm a talkative, but I love talking. But when I smoke, I no longer do the talking with my mouth. My mind does the talking to my brain. So I could smoke, I could sit down, and for the next 2 hours, my mind is going to be showing me things I did wrong and how to fix them, right? And that's why I think I would want to be better off being isolated. So this coming week, I'm going to put in everything I can, every single thing I can. I'm going to make sure it's going to be a do or die affair starting from this night. I'm going to code. I'm going to do autumn video tutorials. Renaps is starting this night. I'm going to go over to Renaps. I'm going to check what is wrong with the prediction software. I'm going to fix every one of them. All right. From tomorrow I think tomorrow is going to be a Sunday. Consistently, I want to start putting effort. I'm giving myself this month of March. I want to be able to do something beautiful. I want the Renap server base to start. And I want awesome platforms that I have in mind to start. I want by this time next month, I want to see like constantly around 20 million naira in profit weekly. I know it sounds like 20 million is too big, but I know for sure if I give in consistent effort, by next month I will do it. If I'm making 20 million a week, what should I be disturbing myself for? I mean, consistently from one end. I can just relax up a bit, focus on that one, use it right now to start solving the numerous projects I have. I need to get dispatch packs enough. I need to buy enough dispatch packs so we can deliver, gas and even get, the dispatch trucks. If anybody wants diesel, now this project alone, it's reading at least 100 million. And this is something that I wouldn't want to involve anybody in my business. I want to start it first, make a lot of efforts before I make it a public, you know um listed company and all that. So I need to first of all make a whole lot of impression. I wouldn't want anybody coming in at those points. It's going to be difficult to keep my shares up high. So I would want to make sure I've made a whole lot of move. And in order for me to do that, I need to be able to set up every single form of digital service on. My services are just practically people who know me giving me jobs. It's not like remote jobs. It's not like agency jobs anymore where people can just come in and give us. Because then I used to have a whole team, and I think one of the biggest problem I had with managing teams were over familiarity. So initially, before now, I wanted to even bring some of my staffs closer again in Abuja house everybody. But now I've just thought about everyone should work remotely because I'm scared of people. People respect you sometimes so much when they don't have easy access to you. The moment they have easy access to you, you start seeing them misbehave. So what I would just simply do at the moment and this time around is just to focus, hit up my blunt, meditate, work, and keep sharing updates with you all. So today is a Saturday. I was supposed to show you something that I did, but this is 10 p.m. and it's going to linger on this video. This video will get so long. So I'll make a shorter video on this shorter video, which will be like tomorrow or next tomorrow. I'll tell you about the numerous things we have achieved in this last time.